besides the fact that today's Easter, the date is 420, and so that kind of gave me an inspiration about doing a smoked cocktail. It is a Negroni, which I haven't done yet, but the problem is I don't have Campari, which is one of the key ingredients for making a Negroni. So I'm going to be using this bitter that's from Luxardo. It will replace the Campari. So I'm going to call this a Blanc Negroni because I'm using also Blanc vermouth rather than sweet vermouth. And I will be smoking rosemary. So this is my first time ever doing like a smoked cocktail. So we got a nice sprig of rosemary here. It's not a brick of hash. That is just basically a brick, an actual brick that I just covered in foil. And let's get the fire going. Get it nice and toasted or burnt. You want to make sure, oh, there. Get her going pretty good so you can get it real smoky and then trap the drinking glass over it. So the smoke from the rosemary will fill up the glass that I'll be drinking out of. And in the meantime, let's make the cocktail. Now a Negroni, regular Negroni, will be equal parts. There is something called a white Negroni. That does involve an aperitif called Suze that I don't have, so I figure we'll just call this a Blanc Negroni. It'll be my own creation there. So Negroni is equal parts of all the ingredients. I think I'll just start with that too. I'll start with actually with the vermouth because that's small and that'll determine how much. We got a little bit left, so that'll determine how much these two guys I'll be putting. This is Blanc vermouth. It's not a dry vermouth. It is white, but it kind of in the realm of a sweet vermouth. I think we will do 3/4 ounce pours. That's the usual standard for Negroni is 3/4, unless you want a bigger glass, then you just do a whole ounce. Now we'll put our bitter in. This is a bitter Bianco by Luxardo. There we go. And finally, the spirit for a Negroni is gin. Interesting fact, I looked at my history of videos, and last time I made a gin cocktail was almost exactly a year ago from today. So, welcome back to gin drinking. Three-quarter pours of all the ingredients. Ford's gin here. And finally, crack ice and stir. Not too complicated of a cocktail. The tough part was to try and figure out what kind of smoked cocktail would I want to make. I had the choice of doing this. I've seen people do smoked gin and tonics, smoked old fashions, but that would use. You would probably. I don't think you would really smoke the rosemary for a smoked cocktail. You would probably just use wood chips. A lot of fancy ways of doing smoked cocktails, but this is the most basic form of just put the glass right over the object you're smoking. That should be good. Alright, here's the truth. How will this turn out? Oh, I probably should have put an ice cube in there. I'll just lower one in. There we go. And finally, let's garnish with some of the rosemary here. Snap off a little piece. interesting. And it's not bad. The smoking, I don't think I got that technique down. I don't really get too much of the smoked rosemary. I do smell it though. You don't really taste it, but smelling your cocktail before you drink it does affect how you perceive your drink. So there are quite a few cocktails where like you do the twist of a citrus over, or if you put mint in it, it kind of triggers your sense of smell before you drink it. And unfortunately, I'm also dealing with sinus issues, so I can barely smell much. I can taste this quite fine though. The smell is a bit rustic, which is quite nice if you kind of want that nice rustic feel of drinking an adult beverage outside, which is actually quite a nice day today. So yeah, here's a Blanc Negroni smoked with rosemary. Happy 420.